We're back, and the Kroz Wallbreaker Fusion has begun. There's a lot to take a look at today. You guys, Finally Sleeps back again with another episode of This Week in Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to take a look at Kroz Wallbreaker. The Fusion is here. The calendar is pretty straightforward, and there's a little bit more going on. We have the Summon Rush out right now, so we'll pull some shards. So let's dig into this right now. So I haven't taken a look at Kroz Wallbreaker yet. I've had a week of travel and I've been sick, so this is the first episode here in the last couple of weeks. So let's take a look at him right away. He is a bomb champ. We see that right away in his A1. His A1 has a 30% chance of decreasing the detonation countdown of a bomb debuff on the target by 1 turn. And I'm assuming that's 50% at fully booked. Same way as it's 50% on a stun if he's fully booked. So he's not laying bombs on his A1. He is just lowering their detonation time. He's basically jumping the timer forward 1 turn on all of the bombs. His A2 is where it lays down the bombs. 75% chance of placing 2 2-turn bombs on each enemy. Now, this is not a damage hit. This is just a debuff placement, so you have to remember that. And then he fills the champion's turn meter by 25% for each enemy with a bomb debuff. So as long as his accuracy is there, you're going to get a massive bump in turn meter for him to be able to go again. So if you can run his A2 and then his A1, it's basically going to take 2-turn bombs and convert them to 1-turn bombs. That is huge, especially in something like Arena or Live Arena. His A3 is an AoE, 75% chance of decreasing the detonation cooldown of all bombs by 1 turn. So basically these are 2-turn bombs being laid down, but every time he goes, those bombs are going to be reduced to 1 turn. That is huge. 75% chance of placing a block active skills debuff for 2 turns. And this is an AoE hit. So these are huge, huge, epic hits here for Arena. That is where he is going to shine. His passive is a turn meter fill for all allies each time a bomb detonates. And then a 20% chance of activating an instant turn on this champion whenever an ally or an enemy is killed by a bomb debuff. All around, this looks like a fantastic Ogren damage dealer for all throughout the game, in specifically wave content. It's not going to work against bosses unless there's specific bosses that the bombs are your method of going after them. But if there's a lot of damage that you're trying to do, you're hitting, like wave content, a lot of, 4 or 5 champions on the other side, all of Arena, he's going to be great. So this is somebody that I think a lot of people are going to get. If you've ever faced the Rat King in Arena, you know how important those bombs can be, how they can turn an Arena team immediately. The bombs can just pretty much kick the shit out about anybody in the game if you're not prepared for them or you are able to get them out. I feel like he's going to be somebody that's going to get a lot of use in Arena, and we're going to start seeing him popping up quite a bit. This is a fusion that we will be going for. So let's take a look at the calendar here. In the event, it's a little different. There are 130 fragments available. 20 are from leaderboard wins. That means there are an extra 10 here throughout the course of the event that you can kind of skip. And a lot of these are giving out 5, so you can kind of walk away from 2. It also means that, like, right now we are in champion training, and there are, I think it's 15 available in champion training right now. Or not champion training, the Summon Rush. There are 15 available. Let's see. Yeah, 5 and 10. 15 available. So you really could just get to the 20, 50 and stop. Don't go after the extra 10. That saves you 1150 points here, which is, you know, basically a void and 2 of the sacreds. If you're low on shards to be able to go into the summon rush later in this. But that's going to require you to be really on top of things to make sure you don't miss. I don't know if I would want to walk away from those 10 fragments this early into the fusion on somebody that I'm going to want to use. That's just going to have to be your decision. Is it worth the risk going into that? Again, all of these calendars are about waiting and doubling and tripling up. This thing opened with a Dungeon Divers event, the Gear Hunters event 1, and Champion Training and Fire Night right at the same time. So there's really no reason to kind of hold off doing anything. You want to make sure your dungeons overlap with your Gear Hunters event, and you want to hold out on doing any kind of champion training through campaign if a Gear Hunters isn't running at the same time. But this looks like they're going to be overlapping. It shouldn't be too hard for most people, other than Gear Hunters 2 waiting until the end when champion training begins. But for the most part, this is pretty straightforward. I don't see any major glitches in here, other than the fact that you need to pay attention on which 10 you're not going to go for, which 10 points you're going to kind of walk away from. Summon Rush, 2 days left. We are in the middle of a progressive chance event, and these the champions, if you don't have some of these, there's some great champions in here that a lot of people would like to get a hold of. Flame Tongue, we have an Artak. If you missed out on Walking Tomb, there are, you know, if you're new to the game and you're missing Geomancer, there are some pretty strong champs here on the side of the standards. Sulfurion is a fantastic Lizardman champ. Not only does he bring HP burn, but he's also full team revive. Great for all kinds of content. Who else do we have here? Supreme Gaelic. Is that? Yeah. Supreme Gaelic. Venus on the Void side of things. What are we going to do? Let's see. If we go after, well, we need 3,200 points. We could pull 6 of the Sacreds, which would leave me screwed for Summon Rush. I hate to use the Primals ahead of time, but I think I am. So that's 1,200 points for Primals. If we open, let's say, 3 of the Sacreds, it's 1,500. So now we're up to 2,700. And we need 32. So that's either 500 Mystery Shards or 25 of the Ancient Shards. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull the Primals first. We're going to do 4 Primal Shards. See what we can pull. We'll do those one at a time. No help. Another rare. Come on, something big. Last one. 1,200. All right, what did I say? 3 of the Sacred. I'm not picking anything. We're just going to let it go just to see what we pull. All right. Sacred, we'll do 3. That'll be 50. That's 2,700. Who do we get? Sandlash Survivor. Number 2. Knight Errant. And 3. Come on, at least something decent. Shit. Discard the Sigiled. Alright, what does that give us here towards Summon Rush? We have 5. We are at 27 and we need 32. So we're 500 short. 500 short. I don't want to use all of the sacreds to push for that. But I don't want to go too heavy here on ancients either. Let's do 20. We'll do 20 ancients. And that'll be 400. And then I can pull 100 mystery. And we'll be able to finish it out. All right. 20 ancients. And we'll call it. Then I feel like that's enough left over for the champion chase. All right, so Jingle Hunter's the only epic here. 1 more, 10 more. Jingle Hunter. What a god-awful name. Sharphorn, Vildrax, Drake. Nothing I can use here. So that's 400. That gets me, I mean, it should be at 3,100. 3,100. All right. Fusion time. And there's still a lot going on. I am finally, he sleeps. Thanks a lot for hanging out today. God, that was such crap shard pulls. One of these days, on this weekly vid, when we're in the middle of a fusion, we're going to pull something huge. I keep saying that. It's still not happening. That's it. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Make sure you subscribe here to the channel so you never miss when any of these weekend Raid Shadow Legends videos go live on Friday. I'm finally asleep. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos.